So I think we should go back to that schedule, but then, just not go to school. But
yeah. Skip the part where you get on the bus.
Yeah. And then do the same thing for the dogs, too. Because I think, like what you had said, he had mentioned this earlier, having the dogs go back in their crates.
Yeah.
For the normal times, or around the times that they would be in them, just so that they can have some kind of stability back.
Sure.
So that they don't feel as stressed out, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's good. We if you get into a routine, they get into a routine.
Yeah.
We'll be able to weather this. I don't know. Nobody knows how long this is going to go on here, and everybody's looking at possibly mid-April for things to lighten up. But the people who are experts are saying it's not going to be anywhere near mid-April. It's going to be this is going to go on for probably another 6 to 8 weeks, if not longer. And some, I had heard one estimate that it was going to be somewhere around August before things were going to lighten up. So it's hard. It's really hard. I think we have to get into a new normal for all of us. And like you said, you if you can get into a routine, get into a schedule, I think things are much more easier to swallow than with all the big changes.
Yeah. 2 things.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot the first thing. No. Oh. No, I forgot it.
I had 2 things. I forgot the first one, and I forgot the second one, too.
No, I remember one of them. Something that is like I have noticed, or at least in the past, is when you have a schedule and then you go off of that schedule for a while, it's hard to get back on it. Like, if you don't stay consistent with the schedule from the beginning, then it's going to be, and you take a break from it and then go back to it, it'll be really hard to pick it up again. Like, for what I've noticed is that if I stop doing something for a while, or like stop, like if I have something that I have planned that I wanted to do that day, but I put it off most of the day, I'm going to be way less likely to do it then. So I think I should have started doing the schedule like 2 weeks ago when we had first gotten out, but it's okay. But
it's it was like an extended spring break for you.
Yeah.
But now you got to get back to it.
Yeah, I should get back into a schedule and put myself in the mindset that it's the normal schedule, even though I'm not actually leaving the house. So.
And I thought, one of the things that I've always encouraged you girls to do is to make a list of things that you want to get done too. Because if you don't make the list of things, you're not going to do them.
Yeah.
You're going to get on your devices and get on YouTube and get on other, TikTok and whatever. And you're going to be planted there for a much longer period of time than you realize has gone by. And so you're going to miss doing anything on your list. So whether it's chores around the house or it's things that you want to get done or, a project that you want to get started on, you got to write it down. You got to make a list.
Yeah.
We call it our STDs, our stuff to do list.
Yeah. Even today, today I had said, I'm gonna do an SAT practice today because I have 3 sessions left that I need to do in order to complete one of my goals for getting ready for college, and I never wrote it down. I was thinking, I should probably write it down, and I never did, and then I never got it done.
Yeah, see, writing it down, it does something. It like anchors something in your brain when you write it down, and it is much more likely that you're going to accomplish something toward that.
Yeah.
If you write it down.
Yeah.
Always do that.
Yeah. I think what I should do starting Tuesday, because tomorrow we don't have any schoolwork, but on Tuesday I think I should start writing down kind of like step by step what I'm going to do each day. Like maybe by 9 o'clock, look at all the assignments I have to do, and then lay out when I'm going to do them.
There you go. Sure.
And maybe also like create a schedule for what I'm going to do, just daily routine wise.
Yeah.
Because I think just doing like following, get up, get ready, do schoolwork, and then when you're done with schoolwork, you still have all that free time.
Sure.
So I think I should find something to figure out something that I want to do, and then put it into the schedule that I have.
I'm curious too if your teachers are going to assign enough work that are going to keep you busy for a good chunk of what would be your normal school day.
Yeah,
I'm curious, and then initially it probably isn't going to be, but I think when things get rolling, if when everybody understands the how this online e-learning is going to work, and you know, the workload that you're going to be able to absorb throughout the day. I think it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I think, too, that if all three of you work on your school stuff around the same time, then you won't have to contend with someone else on the TV or on their devices while you're trying to study, and because you're all going to be doing it. You're all going to be working on your own projects, your own time, your own quiet. I think if you all do that and schedule it right that way, I think you're going to be much more successful than if you wait till the end of the day and start working on your stuff. And then, you know, I'm home from work and I'm in the kitchen because I'm trying to make dinner and I'm making a lot of noise, and then you're trying to study. That's not going to be successful.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Also, something that's been really affecting people's sleep schedules.
Yeah.
Because now the sleep schedule's all thrown off, at least for me, because I've been sleeping more, but I've also been feeling more tired during the day.
But you're going to bed later, too.
Yeah, because I've been going to bed around like 10 o'clock every day when I usually go to bed at 9.
For a teenager, that's really early.
I know. But yeah, I know. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
We know you need your sleep.
Yeah. But then I've been waking up at various different times. I've ranged from waking up at like 6:30 to the latest I've woken up these past 2 weeks is 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Which is
that's
late,
pretty late
for me.
Yeah.
And for the rest of my family. So I think should focus on making the sleep routine normal again too.
Sure.
And not try to make it as back to normal as possible. I mean, it's not. When do you think do you think things will fully go back to normal, and how long do you think it'll take for that to happen?
I don't know.
Once this is all over.
I honestly don't know. Here's because I've been reading a lot of articles about it, and there's a lot of people kind of forecasting what's going to happen. And they say once we try to get back into a routine, and it'll be interesting because China is right now just starting to open things up and get back to a routine. So it'll be interesting to see if this happens.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is that when we start to get back into a routine, we're going to see another spike in the number of coronavirus cases because people are going to be interacting again, and they're going to think that, oh, we're safe now, everything's passed. But, you know, there's a lot of virus material that's out there that, you know, people can be carrying and not have any symptoms. And now all of a sudden they're circulating among the population again, and so you're going to see another spike in cases. So then we might go on another lockdown again. So it's just so hard to predict because this virus has been so hard to do anything with. It's spreading so quickly, and they know, you know, relatively little about it.
Yeah.
Whereas other, you know, because we're such a global society, you know, it's very common for people to get on a plane and go to China or go to Italy or go to wherever and then come back to the United States, and, you know, they interact with all these people. They go on a cruise ship and they go interact with all these people, and then they come home and they interact with all these people.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's very, very easy now for viruses to spread very quickly because of all this interaction and all this global travel. Whereas back in the olden days, I mean, they keep comparing it to that 1918 epidemic that was that the Spanish flu? Or I think that was it the Spanish flu?
Yeah.
And, you know, back then people didn't travel internationally as easy as they do now.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't a daily thing. And so while it certainly wiped out a lot of people and over, you know, a very large area, it took a long time to do. You know, because it spread very slowly. But now it's spreading so incredibly quickly. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at where in the U.S. where it's most condensed, like where the coronavirus is most, and where it originated in Chicago from the O'Hare Airport because someone came in through O'Hare. Yeah. And they had their first case in Chicago. And then the most condensed places was it Washington?
New York City. Yeah,
New York City. I think Washington, I don't know. But New York City, which is right, like there's ports that come in, there's boats that come in. It's a popular plane spot, planes coming in and out. So
well, plus it's an incredibly densely populated city. People are just on top of each other all the time.
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of people there. And that's one of the problems they have in China too. It's, you know, it's incredibly dense population.
Yeah.
So people aren't as spread out. Like out here in the suburbs, things are a little more spread out.
Yeah.
Still, you know, we've got our own cases of it here in the county, and
yeah, we have it.
It's spreading.
Yeah. We had our first case where we live, not like a couple days ago.
Yeah, a gentleman passed away
Yeah.
just a couple of days ago right here from our city.
Yeah, so it's definitely affecting a lot.
Yep.
But
And like your grandma, I mean, your grandma is pretty much homebound now, and that's not her. She is such a social person.
oh yeah,
For her to be homebound has got to be really tough.
yeah,
In fact, we'd probably give her a call today.
yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we're such a fast-moving population,
And we always think that nothing's going to happen to us. You know, it's
Yeah.
always like, well, it happens to third world countries or people with, or not populations, but with inadequate hospital systems and things like
Yeah.
that. But no, it's not. It's happening in Italy. It's happening in China where they
Yeah,
have very
the
advanced,
most- yeah.
medical systems. Mm-hmm. And it's happening in New York City that has incredibly advanced hospital systems and
yeah,
medical
and they're
systems.
running out of space already.
Yeah.
So,
So we have to take it seriously, and we've got to hunker down and
yeah,
self quarantine or self isolate.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think. I feel like especially since it's getting warmer. We should still go outside, but just practice
Going outside,
social
just
distancing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I think you're probably in a tough situation because your boyfriend is working out there in the public.
Yeah.
And he's probably getting exposed to
Yeah.
he's going to be more likely exposed than any of us.
Yeah.
And you still see him a couple times
Yeah,
a week,
and then
and so
he still comes over.
yeah,
So
so
that's really tough. I don't know what's gonna happen if he gets exposed to it. Or
well, you don't know. He may already be exposed to it.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't know. I don't know if we should at some point decide. Like, I think this week he worked like 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I think
He's working a lot
at
of
some
hours.
point we should decide whether to stop like seeing each other or like seeing each other in person
Yeah.
because I just, it's hard.
That would be really tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Tough decisions.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe because he has now a 5 days off. Maybe
okay.
it'll settle down a little bit. It's hard because, we want to see each other. But he works in a place that's and you're constantly touching everything, and then everyone's touching everything because it's a grocery store.
Oh yeah.
So he's touching stuff, and then the coworkers are touching the stuff, and then
Uh-huh.
the customers are touching the stuff, and then they touch it again to rearrange it, and it's just yeah.
It was interesting when we were at the grocery store. There was a gentleman over there who was one of the customers, and he had started coughing. And the first thought in my mind was, "Oh my God, he's got the coronavirus," which is stupid. I mean, because he could very well just have allergies or a cough. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But then the second thought in my mind was, I half expected. Do you remember in Monsters Inc. when when one of the monsters would be touched by a human and that crew would pop up out of almost nowhere and just strip them clean and sterilize them and all that. And I was hoping something like that would happen, where somebody would just pop out of nowhere and grab the guy and sterilize them and.
Oh my gosh! If it gets to that
That would have been really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of the things that is really hard for our world today is we're very a touchy world.
Yeah.
We're tactile.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I mean, I guess maybe a little less because machines do a lot of things too, but it's we're always touching things, and then we give things to other people, and then they touch it, and then we give it to someone else. It's a constantly moving ecosystem, but that moving involves touching. Last year, when I was in school, I had done a whole presentation about how the sense of touch is the most important and most used sense out of all of them.
Our sight and our sense of touch.
Yeah. And I think it's really hard because we're touch is important for affection, or it's important for when we're moving and we sharing and stuff, but it's also important for affection, seeing friends and stuff. So I think it's gonna have an effect on us negatively if everyone's forcing us to stay away from people. And
I think and maybe this is a stereotype, I don't know, but in Europe, people are much more, when you see somebody, you give them a hug, you give them a kiss on both cheeks, we certainly don't do that. At least not in the Midwest. It's
Yeah.
more of a, hey, dude, how you doing?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's